Hey everyone, give me just 1 second. I'm back. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. We're back for another Creators Chat Live. My name is Saida Murphy. I'm the founder of the Creators Universe, and I do these Creators Chat Lives every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. But today we're a little bit late because I have a lot going on. I had some things to take care of, but we're here. We are here. I promise to show up every day, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday live, and I'm here. So this week we're talking about building a consistent brand. And with that, we're talking about 3 factors that you need to consider and act on to help build your consistent brand. So on Monday, we chatted a little bit about how you show up for your brand and the ways that you show up for your brand, and how to build that consistency by showing up authentically, showing up as your true self, showing up with energy when you come on and talk to your audience. So that's one way to build a consistent brand. Another important factor about building a consistent brand that we're going to talk about today is where you show up for your brand. Now, for those of you guys who have researched marketing, or who have taken marketing classes or courses or special offers or whatever, in the days of old, which is not too long ago, but in the days of old, you would hear you need a website, and you need a Facebook page, an Instagram page, a LinkedIn page, a Twitter account. You need all of these things for your brand to be relevant and for your brand to actually have some traction in the world. You need to have every single platform. You need to have content for each single platform. You need to show up on all the platforms to meet your customers where they are. Now, back in the days of old, which is probably a year or two ago, that might have been true. But now, especially because we've talked about this before, we want to speak to our specific audience, and we want to meet our audience where they are. We need to think differently about where we show up for our brand. Now, having an online presence is important. Yes, it is important. But you don't have to have an online presence on every single platform. What you need to do when you're thinking about building a consistent brand is research and figure out, where does your audience live? Where do you get the most engagement? Where do you get the most interaction? Where are those people who are in your target audience? Where do they live? Do they live on Instagram? Do they live on Facebook? Do they live on LinkedIn? Are they on Twitter? And wherever those people are, wherever your audience is, that's where you need to put your efforts when putting your content. So if your audience is on Instagram, put your effort in Instagram and forget about doing Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, etc. until you grow your brand a little bit more. You might want to add another strategy, but for now, focus on where your audience is. If your audience is on LinkedIn, focus on putting your effort and building content in LinkedIn and showing up consistently in those places. You definitely need to have that brand presence, but if you're trying to stretch yourself so thin and try to have a presence on every single platform, but you're not making the quality content for those platforms because you're trying to manage a Facebook page, manage a LinkedIn page, manage a Twitter account, manage Instagram account, then try and do emails, and then try to manage a website, your content is going to fall short because you're trying to do too much at one time. Trust me, managing just one account is difficult. Try and manage several accounts, that's next level. So pick 1 or 2 platforms at most, and focus your energy there. For example, I focus my energy mainly on Instagram and Facebook. I do some live stuff on YouTube, but I'm not focusing my energy on creating videos for YouTube or marketing. I just go live on YouTube, so it's another place for that to be. But my efforts are focused on Facebook and Instagram because I know that that's where my audience lives, and I know that I can create consistent quality content for those 2 platforms. So let's do a recap. We talked about on Monday how to show up for your brand, and that's showing up authentically. That's showing up energetically. That's showing up as your true self every single time you get in front of your audience, and that's how you build a consistent brand. And then also, we're talking about today where we show up for our audience. Pick your 1 or 2 platforms and show up there consistently, multiple times a week. Focus your energy on building up that 1 or 2 platforms so that you can build your consistency there. Because once you try to manage multiple accounts, 3, 4, 5 accounts, your consistency drops because you're overwhelmed. You're stressed out because you're trying to do all this stuff and you're trying to make graphics that fit these different places and you're trying to do content differently, and it's too much. Trust me, it's just too much. So where you show up in your brand helps build consistency. Pick your 1 or 2 platforms and show up there and do those 1 or 2 platforms well. All right. Before I get out of here, you guys see this thing? Instagram folks, you don't see it, but Facebook and YouTube folks, you see it scrolling across the screen. The No Batch Consistency Challenge starts on Monday. So please click the link in my bio, Instagram folks. I'm going to drop the link for the Facebook, YouTube folks. Join the challenge because I'm going to teach you how to show up consistently for your brand without having to sit down for 4 to 5 hours and batch content. Batching content, I'm not bashing batching content. Batching content is a great strategy for those who can do it. For those of us who are busy entrepreneurs, maybe we're single parents. I'm a single mom, so I don't have a lot of time to just sit and dedicate 5 straight hours to creating content. Or maybe if you're like me, your anxiety gets crazy and you can't focus on batching 1, 2, or 3 things at a time. You just have all these ideas flowing at once. So you kind of need strategies to stay consistent because you don't have the discipline or the mental capacity, and not in a bad way, because that came out wrong, but not in a bad way, but you don't have the mindset to batch. Trust me, I'm one of those content creators. I can't batch. I'll sit down with a few ideas and try to batch, and then my mind goes all over the place, and then I get overwhelmed, and then I can't do it. But there are strategies available, I use them, that you can use to show up consistently in your brand without batching and pre-scheduling content. And I'm going to teach those strategies to you next week if you join the No Batch Challenge. So the link is right here, Facebook and YouTube folks. The link is in my bio, Instagram folks. Go and sign up for the challenge. It's a free challenge, 100% free. All you need to do is use your email, your first name, and sign up for the challenge, and you will get instructions and strategies on how to batch your content, with how to create your content and stay consistent in your brand without batching. All right. That's it. That's all I got for you today. I am going to do some more work. So I will see you guys on Friday. We talked about how to show up for your brand. We talked about where to show up for your brand. Friday, we're going to talk about when you show up for your brand. So join me right back here. Creators Chat Live, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. I will see you guys on Friday. Until then, have a great day.